The whole point of having a Kabbalah convention is that it accelerates your spiritual growth, your progress, because uh, is it is an environment, a physical environment filled with, you know, hundreds, maybe 1,000 people. In North America, we have ones in Israel that are 10,000 people. But it is a special environment that is made specifically so that the only thing that's happening there are elements that accelerate a person's growth. Where it happens in a hotel, so you're kind of living there for 3 days. You eat and you sleep, in the hotel. You're studying together with all of these people, and the whole thing is structured like the law of nature. It's working on us in a very special, focused environment, and it separates you from your regular habits and from the concerns of the world and the concerns of your ego. It shows you so many people devoted to this thing, which you thought was like maybe only you or imaginary, and you can see it kind of tangibly in front of you. You study with a Kabbalist. Rav Lightman comes and teaches the lessons in this Congress, and you work with other people in a configuration of 10, like 10 Sephiroth. We work in working circles, and you begin to be able to feel what happens, what appears there when you're working according to the laws of nature with these sources, and aimed at the sensation of bestowing to the Creator in this configuration of 10. And you're doing it with people. It's not something that you're doing sort of imaginarily. You are up against your responses to people. So you can begin to feel, from the love of friends to the love of the Creator, you begin to feel, what is my true attitude to the Creator? And you can measure it through how you feel and what you go through in relation to the people that you're with. These are very special people. These are people just like you who want to achieve exactly the same thing. They're the best people you could possibly come in contact with. Now, what's your response? What are these disowned parts of you that are under correction? Now you can see what your attitude towards the Creator actually is. And this kind of work, these sensations bring attainments, and what they really do is they attract a great intensity of surrounding light. Our efforts, it's like, not that we can do this on our own, but the things that we undergo in this correct environment start to attract a kind of light, the force from above, that is 100 times stronger than any environment that you will find, even if you're in an actual physical working group, or if you're in a virtual working group, or if you're studying on your own. What begins to happen to all of the people that are there, and to you in your perception of that whole system, of the Creator's intention, the whole system of nature, is something that happens really quickly. You can advance in 3 days. You can advance what it would take you a year or more in terms of just general linear study, and it's because of the great efforts by all of these people and the great light that it attracts. See, the way that we grow is through a system of reshamo. These things, reshamo means remembrances. Our perception of what's happening to us really it's like the frames of a film. And we only see individual frames or individual events, and we can only act out the lines that are given to us in that frame. We don't understand what came before it. We don't know what comes after it. We can't feel, what the writer intended or what the director meant by the casting that was involved in it. We cannot draw the line of the entire thought that brings this together. A reshamo is like a single frame, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the connection between those frames. So once we start to connect them up together, we begin to feel the idea of the one who put all of the frames together. What is the story about? Who is the main character? Where is this going? What is the real relationship between the people? What is the ultimate end? What qualities are undergoing change? What values are changing as the characters change? You begin to see this from the point of view of the one who created the film. So we ascended from the upper world through a system of reshimo where we move towards our egos. And the whole point of our progress is to ascend back up through these remembrances, through these frames. So what the Congress is about is it allows us to maybe capture an entire scene of frames and begin to see from that how the film is actually built, and we get to choose to come into agreement with all of these steps that are laid out for us. The Congress is a very special environment that you really can't get anywhere else. The intensity of the 3 days, the exposure to others, the seeing, the desire for spirituality as a real thing in front of you is tremendously inspirational, but it's tremendously practical. So if you can do it, I suggest that you do it. This might be one of the last physical ones that we do, because Rav Lightman's not going to be doing a lot of traveling around the world so much anymore. If you have the opportunity, if you can, you should try that experience.